Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Costa Countdown to Blastoff here at Sportsman's Warehouse in Columbia, South Carolina. We got fishing manager CJ Freeman with us. It's Tuesday, May the 8th, and CJ, man, a litany of tournaments coming up this weekend with a lot of money on the line for a lot of anglers. We're going to try to get through as many of them as we can, along with some ideas on what you need to carry. Let's start out with the FLW Costa Series out on Clear Lake in California. That's a long way away, and we don't know a whole lot about Clear Lake because we haven't fished it, but great series. It'll be a full field out there, and those California anglers love Clear Lake. They know how to fish those deep water Clear Lakes, and it'll be interesting to see what the weights are out there. The Bassmaster Carhartt College Division is on Cherokee Lake up in Tennessee this weekend. I've covered Cherokee Lake a lot. That's a beautiful lake, and let me tell you, there's a lot of big bass in that lake. I don't know if you fish that area. Cherokee and Douglas are next to each other, but they're fantastic. Now comes a local tournament that everybody knows about. The Bassmaster Open is coming to beautiful Lake Norman. Lake Norman's still a little bit dirty from all the rain that we've had, but you've got some ideas on what you need to throw up there this coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday to potentially win a tremendous prize. So talk about it.
Yes, sir. In 2012, I fished the Bassmaster Open as a co-angler, and on the third day, I was fortunate enough to draw out with a guy named David Williams, who, congratulations to him, he just last week won the FLW Tour on Smith Lake. David is a really great guy and a really good fisherman. What he was doing on Lake Norman, he was throwing a swim jig, just like this one here, this greenfish tackle swim jig. You know, the shad spawn's going on in the morning, in the back of the creeks especially. The shad are spawning, and the fish are, swimming around docks and any kind of cover, just eating shad as fast as they can. So guys this weekend on Norman that do well, they're probably going to be focusing somewhat on that shad spawn. And what he was doing was making really good casts underneath docks and just swimming it back out. And he really had a great tournament, and he taught me a lot too.
I was on the water at Norman about a week ago with Anglers Channel Pro staffer Robbie Dye, and I can tell you this, they are biting like crazy up there. As everybody knows, it's a big spot lake. We went dock after dock after dock, and we were catching something. Now, a lot of them were small fish, and that's always the trick. Can you get that one quality bite, that 4 or 5 pound bite? And if you do, you're in the money up there. But you got to do that every day, so it's a challenge. Transition into the CBC, which is going to be at High Rock Lake this weekend. That's a $10,000 guaranteed first place prize. High Rock Lake is known for crankbaits. David Wright's from up there, won a lot of tournaments on that lake cranking. It's a small lake. The water temperatures are coming up. I think you're going to have to go a little deeper up there this weekend.
Yeah, possibly so. Post-spawn, fish do move out pretty quick. During the post-spawn, fish like to have a really big, meal. They don't like to chase something around a lot, and when they do, they want to have something really, big and fills them up. You saw last week Kevin Van Dam really put on a show with this new bait from Strike King, the brown crawl. It's a beautiful color. This could definitely be a factor up there this week. And also another big bait that was a factor on the Elite Series this week was this Mag Draft from Mega Bass. Big meal, but you're only targeting one type of fish with this, but this is the type of bait you need in order to win those types of tournaments for sure.
Well, let's talk about another lake where there's some shallow running crankbait patterns that are going to work probably, and that's Lake Weiss for the Alabama Bass Trail Northern Division, stop number 3, full field, 225 boats, 10,000 cash guaranteed. We keep talking, these team trails are unbelievable, some of the money that they pay out. But that's a shallow running crankbait lake, and we also think that there's going to be some jigs thrown on that lake too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And one of my favorite things to fish with is, especially over this past year, is the Zoom Z-Crawl. This is no secret to the pros. I mean, they've been using this bait for years now, but it's just starting to get out, and it really will put a lot of nice fish in your boat for you.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, don't forget, folks, all these products that we talk about each and every week are available online 24/7 at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Last but not least, where are you fishing this weekend?
Well, starting out on Tuesday nights, we have the TBF Night Trail on Lake Murray. It's out of Larry Coon Landing, and this has become a pretty good trail. We're averaging over 40 boats every night. And on a Tuesday night, $60 entry fee. They're paying out $700 or $800. So for a 4-hour tournament, that's a pretty nice payday. So make sure to come out and check that out. It's going to be a great event.
And is this Tuesday the first night, or has it been going on for a few weeks?
It just started 2 weeks ago, but it's a 10-week trail, so it's going to last for the next 2 months.
Okay, and don't forget all these tournaments that we talk about each and every week. All you got to do is go to the tournaments page of anglerschannel.com. And last but not least, the podcast that you've been seeing on our website. We have a very special guest that came on with us last night, a guy named Kevin Van Dam. We want you to look out for him tonight or tomorrow as we release that podcast with Anglers Channel President Chris Brown, and that's sure to be special. You were telling me the highlights of Van Dam's weekend were incredible.
Oh yeah, on Grand Lake, like I said earlier, this crankbait, he really put on a show with it, man. And if you see the highlights, it's pretty impressive. You know, he's won 25, you know, the most vigorous bass fisherman ever.
Right,
you know,
right.
He's probably the best guy to ever do it. He is the best guy to ever do it. So anytime you're talking with him, that's really good company.
Well, CJ, good seeing you, and folks, good luck to everyone this weekend. Be safe on the water. We'll see you next week.